It is from November 12th, 2021. So pretty decently new one that I've been sitting on trying to figure out what to say, and I think I'm just gonna try to go with this, and I pray that you would receive what you need to receive, and that the Lord would work through it as it's released out into the atmosphere. And so he'd kind of been giving me this word or this idea that God didn't tell us to go out into the world and be construction workers. He did not tell us to go out into the world and start fixing and constructing all of his people. No, that's not what he said. He told us to go and be fishers of men and to go make disciples of the nations. But he did not tell us to go out into the world and construct on people. And so this was just kind of the thought process that I feel like the Lord was leading me through, and it was saying, what does fishing look like, and what do you do while you're fishing? Well, you do nothing. You're there, you're waiting, you're being patient to catch the fish. You have to be quiet to not scare them away. You might go early in the morning or while it's still dark out. You don't make them come to you. You obviously go to them. You're in their world. You're in their life. And then you just wait. Be patient, be quiet. So, no, you're not a construction worker who goes out there bulldozing things, breaking down people's houses, and then coming to them, telling them that you are trying to save them and build them up afterwards, when in reality they liked the house that they had before you tore it down. They felt comfortable there, they felt safe there, and they worked really hard to be there, and you come down all uninvited and we just tear it down. It's like a huge wrecking ball, and you just take it out, and somehow we are expecting them to be grateful to us because we're trying to save them when they didn't want to be saved. They didn't know that they needed to be saved, but they do know how you made them feel, and they know that it's not feeling that they like. So I just feel like this is kind of God's heart. It's like, we're not called to go out and wreck people's lives and try to fix them. Like, that's not our job. Our job is to go and love people. Our job is to sit with people and to shine God's light in their life, but not go into their house and go into their world and tell them everything they're doing is wrong and condemn them and judge them and persecute them and then hope that that's what turns them around to come to know Jesus. No, like, to me, that is the farthest thing that I would ever want or ever want to be approached by. I want to feel God's love. I want to be around people who make me feel like God makes me feel. The fruit of the Spirit, I want to feel their love. I want to feel their kindness and their gentleness and their patience and their forgiveness. I don't want you to come wreck my life. I don't want you to tell me everything I'm doing wrong and condemn me and shame me into coming to Jesus. No, like, how often is the lasting effect of that even going to last? Like, how long will that actually last? All you're doing is making them afraid for their life or what might happen to them. And like, that is not God's intention. His intention was for us to go into the world and love his people, to sit with them, to be quiet with them, to listen to them, to encourage them, to love them, to include them, not to be divisive, to be judgmental, to be persecuting them, and hope that that's what, if we tell them everything that they're doing wrong, then that's what's going to turn them to Jesus. No, you're going into the world and wrecking it. You are blowing up their house. You're blowing up all that made them who they are, and then saying, oh, hey, I'm here to save you. And they don't want to be saving. They didn't even want you in the first place. Like, they probably already have been hurt before. And so I feel like there's just really this level of, like, we're called to be gentle with each other. We're called to be loving and to serve each other. We are not called to go and fix them and to construct them or to tear them down. No, we are called to build them up. We're called to encourage them, to sit with them and love them. Whatever that may look like for that person is what we can do for them. Kind of like with fishing, you go to the fish. You go to the water to fish for the fish. You don't expect them to come to you, and you certainly do everything in your power to make the fishing go successfully. You're going to be quiet. You're not going to, like, throw a stick of dynamite in there and watch it all explode and then hope that you're, going to be able to catch something. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it's so touchy, and it's probably why I haven't shared it, is because it can feel divisive. It can feel very much of like it's our responsibility to go and save all of these people, and if they only knew, then like they would come to Jesus. But like that's not what God's heart is for them. He still loves them. They are just as much His children as we are, even if they're living in what we've deemed sin or shame, doing shameful activities, or a part of things that we don't think they should be a part of. That does not matter to God. He still loves them as they are His child. And I know personally, when someone comes at me with a word, or someone comes at me telling me I shouldn't be doing something, my first reaction is to be defensive. There is no reception. There is no like, oh yeah, I really want to do this because you are scaring me into it. No. So I don't know. I just feel like I am a sinner. I messed up. I continue to mess up. I am not perfect. And it says in the Bible, like, he who has not sinned can throw the first stone. Like, I'm sorry. None of us are in that position to throw the first stone. None of us are in a position to go fixing people when we are just as broken, when we need God just as much as them. And the only difference between us is that we know that God is that for us, and us trying to push that isn't our job. Our job is to be loving. Our job is to be kind and to serve each other and to lift each other up. I mean, we are one big family, if you like it or not. Like, if we don't agree with each other, if people are doing things that we don't find interest in or that we don't think they should be doing, that's not for you to decide. Like, we are not God. We do not get to go around telling people what they can and can't be doing or what they should or shouldn't be doing, or condemning them into believing that what they are doing is so horrible that they need to stop what they're doing. No, I really feel like what makes a difference in people's life is love. I will love you through this. I will love you even if we are different. I will love you even if you believe something different. I will love you even if you're doing something I don't agree with. I will love you through this. I will love you through that. All you need to know is I will love you no matter what. That's what changes the hearts of the people around us. And I feel like that's God's heart for us as Christians, and interacting with the people around us, is just love them. Just love them so much. Love them without expectations. Love them unconditionally. Love them without limits. Just be with them. Be with them. Don't try to change them. Don't try to fix them. Don't go wrecking their life and try to save them and pick up the pieces. Just sit with them and love them. Like you would fishing. Just go sit and be with them and love on them. Like with construction workers, like we have a lot, the terminology that goes with them is like they're forceful, they're harsh, they have to wear safety equipment, it's very different than sitting and fishing and being quiet and being in nature and being at peace. And I just feel like we need more of that. We need more of the peace. We need more of the love. We need more of the unity, and less of the divisiveness, less of the condemnation, less of the judgment, less of the constructing on everyone. Because I know for myself, I am in no position to look down upon anyone else when I know I have my own set of problems that I am working through, and I just happen to know that God will love me through it. These other people don't know that. That's all they need to know. They just need to know that God will love you through it, and He'll be there no matter what. And to me, that is a lot more encouraging than having someone try to tear me down. So I know that one's a little deep and could be a little controversial, but I guess it just needed to be shared, and I pray that it will reach who it needs to, and that the Lord will use it how He needs to use it.